way, my wife lied. Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Game Sketch. Today, and only today, we just had breaking news type shit. Sega, on their Japanese website, has dropped an official Sonic the Hedgehog timeline, a Sonic world history, if you will. So I figured we have to, over here, actually go over this, talk about this, go over this entire thing at Locked Up, and I don't even know what to say, right? Because waking up to an official Sonic timeline is crazy to me. So if I sound a little crazy, I don't know what I'm saying, I'm just yapping about, it's because we're here. You guys know the drill. Subscribe to your boys, support the content, lock it, be the change you want to see in this world, and get over it. All right, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So it seems like the Sonic JP website, the Sonic channel site, uploaded a page just showing, you know, a bunch of new character bios and other stuff. So we'll go over those if we have to. But here we go, our read-through reaction of the official Sonic history. So let's start this at what they describe as the prehistory. So what is this? Destruction and regeneration by Dark and Light Gaia. At some point, Dark Gaia, which grew over millions of years, destroyed the Earth, and Light Gaia healed her, repeating the same history. Okay, so this is going by like actual timeline, not like, you know, what game happened first. It's going by actual timeline. What happens if I click Sonic Adventure over here? Oh, it just describes the game to me. Okay, it just describes the game, so we don't have to bother about that. So okay, so first event in canon Sonic lore is the events of Light and Dark Gaia from Unleashed, which is pretty big, right? Oh, next up is the Ancients. Okay, the Ancients and the Chaos Emeralds. The Ancients take refuge on Earth. With the Chaos Emeralds, a small number of their descendants escape to a planet called Mystic Ruins and build a temple to the Master Emerald. Over the course of hundreds of thousands of years, the Ancients become the Chao, right? That's awesome, right? That, I mean, we knew this because of Sonic Frontiers, but it's so weird seeing this in order. So technically in the world, right, Dark Gaia exists, destroys the Earth, Light Gaia, you know, brings it back up, and then I guess the Ancients, which we know come from a different planet, they took refuge on Earth with the Chaos Emerald. So cool, that makes sense, right? Adds up, love that for us. 10,000 years ago, okay, the Earth is destroyed by a super energy life form called Dark Gaia that emerges from the core of the star. This event was later recorded in the ancient document known as the Gaia Documents. Okay, so is the Earth, I'm confused, right? Is the Earth then later destroyed by Dark Gaia again? Right? Super energy form called Gaia that emerged from its core. The event was later recorded in the ancient documents known as the Gaia Documents. Okay, so Dark Gaia's destruction of Earth, the earliest record. This might be just a retelling of this one, right? Tens of thousands to thousands of years. Okay, now, by the way, this is in Japanese and it's like trying to translate to English, so some stuff might not be accurate. But yeah, the ancestor of the Babylonian bandits washed up on Earth, right? So the events of Sonic Rise, that's funny. A spaceship from faraway space goes out of control, and the race that is the ancestor of the Babylon bandits crash lands on Earth. The engine of the unit of that ship was separated at the time and scattered around the world, and later come to be called the Ark of the Stars. The exact time is unknown. Okay, so we start with the events of Light and Dark Gaia, right? The Ancients take refuge on Earth. Earth is destroyed by Dark Gaia, which I guess this would be like still when Light Gaia restores it. I don't know, but I guess, you know, after that, technically, we have the Babylonians that have crashed on Earth, which, okay, that adds up, right? Then, boom, thousands of years ago, so this is 2,000 years ago, the Echidna tribe is destroyed by the wrath of Chaos. I didn't know that that was 2,000 years ago. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, so Echidna tribe attacks the temple of the Master Emerald to steal it, but their child companions are sacrificed, and the Echidna tribe is wiped out by enraged Chaos, right? So obviously these are the events of Sonic Adventure 1, and that took place 2,000 years ago. I guess the reason they show Sonic Adventure is because, you know, that's the game where they explain. Okay, so that makes sense, right? What happens right after that? Oh, Black Arms drop a flying temple on Grithith on Earth. Oh, huh. So the first time Black Arms showed up to Earth was also 2,000 years ago, around the time of what happened in Adventure. Okay, Interesting, right? We have Emerald is born, right? In an ancient civilization, combat robots called Gizoids are created, which one of them later named is Emerald. Okay, this says it was 50 years ago, right? So is this technically one of the first? This is weird. The way this is described is extremely weird. I mean, I kind of get it, but sure. So Black Arms attack ancient civilization, which makes sense, right? We know that 50 years ago would be, oh, okay, hold on. No, this makes sense, right? Because 50 years ago is when Gerald, right, was, you know, still alive and everything, and he found the Gizoid, right? And he found went and created Emerald, right? Okay, that makes sense. Emerald is born, right? Then we get over here. Next up is Black Doom and the Dark Pact. Okay, so this is around Gerald territory, right? This is around that territory, right? Black Doom contacts Professor Gerald and offers up his own DNA in exchange for guidance on how to invade Earth 50 years from now. Shadow is then created from that DNA. Okay. Wow. Really interesting set of that. So the timeline is, you know, light and dark guy destroy the world. The ancients, you know, do their whole thing where they come to Earth with the Chaos Emeralds, right? By the way, I didn't know that they made the Mystic Runes. That's also like new lore to me. I didn't know that they did that in the game, right? So then you have the Babylonians landing on Earth, right? You have the destruction of the Echidna tribe, right? You then have the Black Arms that dropped a flying temple on Earth, right? You have what's his name? Gerald finding the ancient civilization Gizoid and creating Emerald. And then you have the Black Doom Pact, right, to create Shadow the Hedgehog, right? The ancient combat robots Gizoid that were subject of research within ARK go out of control, causing extensive damage to ARK facilities. This is one of the reasons why Gun intervenes in ARK, which that makes sense. We're starting to enter like our modern Sonic timeline, right? We're starting to see the things we know, right? But we're seeing the order of these, right? So next up, there it is, gun attack on the Ark. Maria is killed in a sudden gun attack. Gerald, who has lost his mind due to his granddaughter's robbery, prepares to take revenge on the Ark system and Shadow, but he is also imprisoned and executed. So these are the events we know. But yeah, I guess, interesting that, so I guess, yeah, it would be the Gizoid stuff. Gun intervenes, which leads to, you know, Maria Diamond. This is really cool stuff, by the way. This is really nerdy. You know, this is all basically Gerald's life timeline over here. Oh, what? Huh? That's Sonic and Elise go back in time to blow out the Solaris flames, which are the source of the tragedy. This means that the Solaris experiment never failed. The world is saved from crisis, and the devastated future becomes a peaceful world. However, the series of events also never happened in history. Okay, I'm trying to wrap this one around my head, right? So I guess because they went back in time, it integrates over here, which means the events of 06 still technically would take place. Do the events of Sonic 06 take place after Adventure 2? No. But they went back. Okay, maybe they went back. I don't know. This is weird and convoluted, right? Solaris experiment failed. Iblis sealed, right? So when King Soliana's Solaris experiment failed, he sacrifices his own life to prevent the flames of calamity from being awakened and destroying the world, sealing Iblis within his daughter Elise. Okay, so this is technically going to the classic, you know, the old school time when they time traveled in 06, which makes sense, right? The events of 06. So it would be the events that happened on the Ark and everything, and then the events of 06, I guess, take place after, and then boom, we have our classic Sonic era over here. So 06, the flashbacks of 06 take place before classic Sonic starts. Okay, my brain broke. My brain is breaking, but we're learning this together. We're figuring this out, right? This song playing right after is fucking hysterical. By the way, I'm not gonna have this on in the background. That's too jovial for the situation at hand right here. About to have the fucking Mario Wonder theme I hear playing in the back, right? So anyway, let's continue this. So Dr. Eggman attacks South Island. Sonic defeats Dr. Eggman, who attacks South Island to steal the Chaos Emeralds and prevent him from taking over the world, right? So obvious, you know, start of all this makes a lot of sense. You know, Sonic rescues Amy, who was kidnapped by Metal Sonic, right? So then you have CD, right? So now we're going to our regular, sorry, my shit cut out for a second. So as I was saying over here, right? So then it's CD. So Sonic rescues Amy, who was kidnapped by Metal Sonic, right? Amy, who had a faithful encounter with Sonic on Little Planet, became embroiled in Dr. Eggman's evil deeds and was kidnapped by Metal Sonic. Sonic defeated Metal Sonic and rescued Amy, which, you know, makes sense. All right, so Sonic 1, then Sonic CD, then Sonic 2, right? So Death Egg crashes out on Angel Island. Sonic and Tails work together to defeat Dr. Eggman, who attacks West Side Island, the destroyed space fortress. The Death Egg crashes into Angel Island. Again, makes sense, right? Sonic 2 takes place after. Then you have Sonic and Knuckles, right? Dr. Eggman tricks Knuckles into stealing the Master Emerald and plots to revive the crashed space fortress, the Death Egg. However, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles work together to destroy the Death Egg, thwarting Dr. Eggman's ambitions of world domination. The Master Emerald is restored, and Angel Island rises into the sky once more. Okay, so... am I... okay, so... because classic Sonic is all... Okay, got it. See, my brain had to process that for a second. So, all of classic Sonic stuff takes place before modern Sonic. Got it. My brain had to process what was going on here, right? My brain had to understand what the fuck is happening here. So Dr. Eggman unearths a gem with mysterious powers called the Phantom Ruby, which sends Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles to various worlds after being defeated by Sonic and his friends. Phantom Ruby leaves Dr. Eggman's hand and disappears across time and space into modern Sonic's world, Sonic Forces. Got it? Okay, my brain had to process that. Mania Plus, right? The fateful battle over the Phantom Ruby, right? So after saving the world with modern Sonic and Sonic Forces, so the Mania plays... Whoa. Mania Plus takes place after Forces? Okay, cool. After saving the world with the divine Sonic and Forces, Sonic returns to his original time. He chases after Eggman's flying Phantom Ruby and discovers Mighty and Ray, who have been captured. Sonic rescues them, but one of them is fake. Sonic saves his friends and defeats Dr. Eggman, who has once again obtained the Phantom Ruby, and world peace is once again secured. Okay. Wow. My brain is breaking as we read this, but it's fine. You know, we'll get over it. We'll figure this out. Next up is Sonic Superstars, which, okay, if we're going by the, you know, classic era, as they're calling it over here, this adds up, right? So, Dr. Egg... What? Whoa. Oh, okay. Dr. Eggman and the bounty hunter Fang invade the North Star Islands. They overwork and drag Chip, who lives there. Sonic and his friends use the Chaos Emerald's new powers, Emerald power, to thwart Dr. Eggman's evil deeds. So... Wait. So, Sonic 4 is technically the first modern Sonic story. Oh, I guess because it's a what the fuck? I mean, I guess it makes sense, but that's still kind of crazy, right? But it makes sense, right? A fierce battle with rescued Metal Sonic. Wow. Okay, Dr. Eggman completely revives Metal Sonic. He launches the Death Egg MK2 into the sky above Little Planet and sets out to conquer the world. However, Sonic once again defeats Metal Sonic in a fierce battle, destroying the Death Egg MK2 and dashing Dr. Eggman's ambitions. Okay, wow, my brain genuinely had to process this for a second. So Sonic 4 is technically the first encounter of modern Sonic, but it makes sense that it's after Superstars in the first one because it's still like in 2D and it's still just Sonic and Tails, which, okay, I guess that adds up. This is cool. We're learning. Then it's Sonic Adventure. Right, so Sonic and his friends save the world from the threat of perfect chaos. Dr. Eggman releases Chaos, who is sealed away in the Master Emerald and tries to use it to take over the world. However, Chaos gets out of control and evolves into perfect chaos, bringing the world to the brink of a great destruction. However, thanks to Sonic and the will of many people, the Chaos Emeralds, which had lost their power, are restored, and Sonic transforms into Super Sonic. He stops perfect chaos and crushes Dr. Eggman's ambitions. Got it. All right, makes sense. Oh. Okay, so Sonic Shuffle, which that's now we're seeing more like chronological game order, right? So the crisis of Marginal World, a different world of light and dreams, right? So Lumina, the guardian spirit of Marginal Island, summons Sonic and his friends to stop Void from conquering Marginal World. Sonic and Lumina use magic cards and force jewels to save a Marginal World from the brink of collapse. Okay, That's valid. That's valid. So we have Sonic Shuffle over here. Then Sonic Adventure 2, right? So Dr. Eggman awakens Shadow, tries to use him to take over the world, but Shadow uses him instead to carry out the revenge plan led by Gerald. In the final stage of his revenge, Shadow regains his true memories thanks to Amy. He cooperates with Sonic and saves the world at the cost of his own life. This is such fascinating stuff. This is such a weird way to see. All right, next up. Is Sonic Advance 1 not... Okay, is Sonic Advance 1 not canon then? Maybe it'll show up. Okay. Sonic meets Cream and saves her with his friends. They rescue Vanilla, who was kidnapped, and defeats Dr. Eggman, who was planning to build Eggman Land again. So Cream and Cheese's first adventure. Maybe Sonic Advance 2 is before 1 because that's when they meet Cream? Question mark? I don't know. Oh. What the? Okay. Huh. See, okay, my brain's breaking now. So we go from Adventure 2 to Advance 2 to then Sonic Heroes. So Metal Sonic, who regains a sense of self, rebels and imprisons Dr. Eggman in his name, issues a challenge to Sonic and his friends to conquer the world. What's it called? Metal Sonic gathers Sonic and friends biodata during the battle and becomes more powerful, but is ultimately defeated by Sonic and his friends. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm still confused why Advance 1 doesn't exist, but I guess Sonic Advance might not be canon anymore. Question mark, I guess. Then you have Shadow the Hedgehog over here, right? Actually, oh wait, well, okay. Holy shit. Again, I gotta remember that this is going by timeline of events and not just by game. So, all right, this makes sense so far. So 06 takes place after Heroes, right? Black Doom, an alien invader, invades the Earth. Shadow, provoked by Black Doom to learn about his past, travels the world in search of Chaos Emeralds, sometimes at odds with Sonic and others. After many struggles, Shadow defeats Black Doom, fulfills the wish to entrust him, and resolves to overcome his past and move forward. Cool. So makes sense. Events of Shadow the Hedgehog take place. So who? Sonic Battle is after Shadow? Okay. All right. I'm not gonna question. That's not too much of a stretch that would be the case, right? Dr. Eggman tries to reboot the ancient weapon Gizoid and use it to take over the world, but it doesn't work, and he discards it. Sonic picks it up, names it Emerald, and raises it. Dr. Eggman tries to use Emerald, who has gained powers as a combat weapon, but ends up causing him to go out of control. There's no way to stop Emerald safely, and Sonic ends up defeating him, aka Emerald blows up. Next up, what the? Oh, wow. So yes, Sonic Advance 1 is just not canon. That's just not a canon game. It's gone. It's ethered. All right. Cool, I guess. Damn. Dr. Eggman uses the power of the Chaos Emeralds to split the world into 7 parts. He repeatedly uses Zemo, a combat robot he developed based on Emerald. That's like the dark one, right? And Sonic and friends, but it was unable to win, and eventually Zemo went berserk. Dr. Eggman was defeated. Zemo was then retrieved and repaired to adjusted by Tails and began living as a member of the Cream family. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we know in the IWs. That's like, for you guys that don't know the visual, he's like the Black Emerald, right? Where he has the black with the yellow part in the middle of him. So cool. All right. Learning something new every day. Then it's Sonic Rush. Okay. Blaze comes to Sonic's world from another in pursuit of the stolen Soul Emeralds. Through his interactions with Amy and Cream and fighting alongside Sonic and Blaze, begins to trust Sonic and the others. Sonic and Blaze work together to defeat Dr. Eggman, and Eggman opposite. Blaze recovers the Soul Emeralds and returns to their own world. Okay, so damn. So it goes Sonic Advance 3 and then Sonic Rush. Okay, then it's 06, right? So wow, that's so crazy that we had like back here, right? What was it, like the flashback to the events of Solaris from 50 years ago, and then regular 06. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, in order to obtain the Flame of Calamity, Dr. Eggman kidnaps Princess Ares, I guess in Japanese, who was sealed away by Iblis. Sonic rushes to rescue her, and Silver, who travels back in time to defeat Sonic in order to save the future. Shadow is on a mission to Dr. Eggman's base, and the mysterious being Mephiles all become entangled in a major incident in which their own intentions and destinies. Cool. All right, Sonic Riders takes place after 06. That makes sense. They released the same year, right? Dr. Eggman is hosting the Extreme Gear World's fastest competition. Sonic and his friends compete in a heated race against the Babylonian bandits for the prize. Chaos Emeralds, however, the race is a trap by Dr. Eggman to steal the treasure. of the Babylon Temple. Yeah, which that makes sense. Then it's Sonic Rush Adventure, right? So Sonic and Tails are caught in a storm and washed up on Blaze's world. They are rescued by Marine, a self-proclaimed adventurer. My goat Marine, please bring her back. And while investigating the islands, they are reunited with Blaze. However, before they can enjoy the reunion, they are caught up by a national treasure, international treasure, the jeweled staff being stolen right before their eyes. And they end up chasing pirates with Blaze. Sonic and friends defeat Eggman and Eggman Opposite, who were controlled by the pirates, and retrieve the jeweled staff. Okay, cool. I notice, unless I'm missing it, Sonic Rivals isn't here. So is Sonic Rivals no longer canon as well? Question mark? Because I noticed two things, right? In the 06 description, right, they mentioned Silver going back to him. Yeah, I guess there's no Rivals events, which I guess doesn't matter too much because the events of Rivals don't really matter, but it's weird to see that it's not on here, right? So then you have Zero Gravity, right? Rampage of the Sky Ruins. Jet's ancestors was capable of warp travel through gravity conversion. The spaceship was the modern Babylon Garden, and the Ark of the Stars was its engine unit. When all 5 Ark of the Stars got in the Babylonian garden floating in the sky, the output went out of control. Babylon Garden was on the verge of turning into a black hole. Sonic, Jet, and the others were able to avert the worst case scenario. Got that? Then, boom, actual Sonic Unleashed happens. Dun, 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 dun. In order to realize his ambitions, Dr. Eggman took the powers from Super Sonic, split the planet into 7, and forcibly awakened Dark Gaia. Sonic, along with the Amnesiac chip, traveled to the Gaia Temple to restore the powered Chaos Emeralds and the world, regaining his powers and defeating Dark Gaia. Okay, cool. So the events of that happened. Then Sonic Colors. We're getting into a more knowledgeable, like sensible timeline here. So Dr. Eggman takes over the planet where the Wisps live and builds Eggman Land Park. He plans to seal the powerful energy of the alien Wisps who live there and activate a terrible weapon. Sonic and his friends cooperate with the Wisps even though they can't communicate with each other and thwart Dr. Eggman's plans. Okay, this makes sense. Where's the storybook games? Right? Like, where's Black Knight and Secret Rings? I guess they're not technically part of the main timeline because they take place in a storybook, so there's no reason to mention them. But still, I mean, maybe they're going to be in the thing that says 200 years later. I don't know. Anyways, 2 Sonics pass spheres. So, wait. No. Wait, okay, no. Generations takes place after... My brain broke for a second. After his defeat at Eggman Land, Dr. Eggman finds a Time Eater who can manipulate time and space. He uses its power to summon his past self and begin to plan to rewrite the timeline. Sonic is sucked into a Time Eater who suddenly appears, wakes up in the world of pure white. He meets a smaller version of himself there, and together they work together to restore his world and his friends, whose life force and color had been sucked out and defeated by 2 Eggmans and the Time Eater, right? And obviously you have Shadow's version of it, right? Taking advantage of the time-space anomaly caused by the Time Eater, Black Doom is resurrected. When he reunites with Shadow in the white space, he provokes him and encounters him to awaken his powers. Meanwhile, Maria and Gerald, who were supposed to have long died, are resurrected. They spend a fleeting, precious time together in the stop time-space, a little sad. And the Black Doom attempts to absorb Shadow, who has become the strongest Black Arms warrior. But Shadow's heart has not been consumed by darkness, and he refuses. But with Maria a wish in his heart, he defeats Black Doom. Makes sense. Love that. Huh. Wow. So the events of Free Riders are canon, but the events of Rivals aren't. Interesting. Okay. Dr. Eggman disguised himself as King Doc and the Tar Egg Kingdom in order to embed the biodata of Sonic and the other racers into Metal Sonic. He holds the World Grand Prix, a global competition for extreme gear, where the winner will receive a huge prize money and treasure. The race begins where the thoughts of each participant team intersect. Okay. Sonic Free Riders happens, then Sonic Lost World happens. Okay, so obviously they, I don't think they're going to show it, but I think Sonic Boom is retconned out of existence, thankfully, so it makes sense. Dr. Eggman finds the Lost Hex, a mystical land where the Oni clan live, and use the conch shell, which is the weak point, to enslave the 6 demons and absorb... Don't make the sinister, the deadly six sound like they're all that, bro. However, after losing the concha, the six demons betray Dr. Eggman, banish him, steal the device, and suck out all the life energy, putting the Earth in danger of collapse. Sonic and Dr. Eggman have no choice but to join forces to defeat the six demons. They defeat them. Okay, cool. So that's the events of Lost World. Huh. Next up is, wait, what the fuck? King Dodonpa owns Icarus. I like how they don't even mention the game. It's from Dr. Eggman steals the ultimate power engine developed by Dodonpa in the Dodonpa Kingdom and plots to use it for evil purposes. However, just as he's using it, the engine for evil purposes, he is defeated by Sonic and his friends, and his ambitions are thwarted. Then we have Sonic Forces, right? Sonic and his avatar team up the free world that 99% conquered by Dr. Eggman. So, makes sense. Events of Forces over here. Dr. Eggman creates an infinite army with the power of the newly acquired Phantom Ruby, and with Infinite by his side, he takes control of 99% of the planet. However, Dr. Eggman and his allies are defeated by the Resistance Army, forced by Sonic and friends and the Avatar who join it. A modern classic, and peace is restored to the world. Then we have Sonic Frontiers, right? So while investigating ancient ruins, he discovered on Ancient Island, Knuckles is sent to Ares Island. Just as Knuckles thinks that Dr. Eggman's behind it, a mysterious girl appears and chases him in cyberspace. So we have that. So what do they have after? Oh, so this is the final horizon, right? Protect the world from the end. So Dr. Eggman attempts to use the technology of the ancients of Starfall Island and connect it to the network, causing a series of incidents. Sage evolved by accessing the ancients' technology and began to interfere with Sonic in order to protect Eggman, who was trapped in cyberspace. In the process, Sage noticed the unknown potential of Sonic, whose answers could not be found through calculations, and suggested that Dr. Eggman, that they find the true enemy. Together, they defeat the end. So, what's 200 years? Okay. So the events of Silver stuff happens 200 years later. The world has been devastated by Iblis. Silver and Blaze are fighting an endless battle against Iblis, who keeps resurrecting. With the guidance of Mephiles, a mysterious figure appears. The two travels back in time in the era where Sonic and his friends to live to kill the person who is said to be the Iblis trigger. Okay, so makes sense. Events of 06 would be later. And then boom, right here. Due to the Sonic and Elise's change of history, the calamity of fire no longer exists, and the disaster itself has not occurred, leaving the world in a safe state. So altered future is safe, which that leads me to question and wonder and hope if they end up doing something with his timeline, because I feel like they never talk about the future ends up being saved. And yeah, so that's the entire current timeline of Sonic games. Damn. So Rivals retcon not there anymore. The events of Dark Gaia take place first, then you have the Ancients, you have Babylonians, you have the Echidna tribe, you have what happened on Earth, you have Gemerald, you have, Emerald creation, all this stuff. Okay, pretty good stuff overall. Nothing too insane. Let me know what you guys think. They also do have character bios over here. Oh, what the hell? That's cool. They have everyone's connections over here. Relationship diagram. Okay, so you have Tails connected to Yacker and Chip. Why is Tails connected to Chip? Interesting. Why wouldn't Sonic be? Whatever. All right. Sonic connected to Shadow. Shadow with Team Dark. Shadow connected to Maria and Gerald over here. You have Eggman. You have Gerald, obviously, connected to Sage, Orba, Cuba, Eggman, Metal. You have Knuckles connected to King Dodonpa. I guess this is just centered around Team Sonic. Sonic turns to the Werehog gear, Super Sonic. The Zeddy, I guess. I don't know why they're connected to them, but sure. You have Sonic connected to, the villains over here, which interesting choice. Team Babylon, Team Chaotix. You have Amy over here with her team. You have the Chow. You have, they mentioned the Dream Lady from Sonic Dream Team. That's a solid choice over here. Then what do we got? We got Sonic and Friends. Okay, so these are just character bios. Fast Hedgehog in history, able to run anywhere in the speed of sound. He loves doing what he likes and hates crooked things. Although he can be a little short-tempered, he's also kind and cannot leave people in trouble alone. He believes that life is a series of events and adventures and lives by his own rules rather than the rules of a common sense and those around him. Right? He's also keeping his promise and never betraying his friends. He is honest about his own sense of justice. Normally, he's just a playful guy who remains calm no matter what kind of trouble he's in. But when the moment dictates it, if a shock shocks his viewers with intensity and sharpness. He acts like a completely different person. Okay. I like that a lot. You know, obviously they're just linking then to a bunch of Sonic channel art, which is really cute. I like that a lot. But yeah, no, I mean, the timeline was obviously the biggest thing here. These are just, you know, basic character descriptions. I'm actually curious, yeah, if they've updated what they like and don't like. So Tails like mechas and mint candy, right? His height is 80 centimeters. Hobbies, tinkering with machines. Special skills, if he can fly in the sky and rotate his two tails. Okay. Well, that's good for my mans. I mean, yeah, none of these are gonna be too crazy, right? Body weight secret. That's funny that they have Amy's body weight as secret. What I like, soft serve ice cream. What I don't like, boredom. That's valid. That's understandable for Amy. What's with this shit? The shadow show what he likes or dislike. What I like, none. What I don't like, all of you. That's really good. That's really good, bro. I love that. Good for my man Shadow, bro. You said none. What about Silver? Oh, wait, this is a new Is this a new silver render? I don't remember this silver render. I don't like it either. But I don't remember this. What I like, a peaceful world and blue skies. What I don't like, evil and Iblis. That's valid, Silver. That's pretty valid, right? You got, well, hold on. Let's go on Rouge over here. Is this a new Rouge render? No. This is the one we've seen for a long time now. Body weight secret. What I like, jewelry. Good for her, man. Good for the goat Rouge is about. Okay, but yeah, that's like really the notable stuff. Damn, they have Supersonic's description too, right? Good for Supersonic, man. That's my goat over here. Yeah, I mean, the big thing here was the history of Sonic over here, right? Oh, this is the release schedule. Oh, wait, they have like an actual release calendar of everything they've done. So coming up is Rumble and Crossroads. We have Sonic Shadow Gens. We had Dream Team Superstars Origins. We had Frontiers and Base Origins. We had Ultimate, Sonic Racing, Mania Plus, Forces and Mania, Sonic Boom, sadly, Sonic Runners. Damn, this is cool to have like a whole timeline of all the games that have ever released. You had Sonic Jump and Sonic 4, Sonic Generations, we had Free Riders, Colors, Sonic 4 in the same year. We had Sonic Chronicles, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Adventure, Sonic World Adventure in Japan, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Riders Zero Grab, Rush Adventure, Seeker Rings, 06, Riders, Shadow, Sonic Rush, Gem Collection, Sonic Mega Collection, Sonic Advance 3, Heroes. I can't believe Sonic Pinball Party isn't canon, right? What am I going to do without Pinball Party being canon? You have some Advanced... Yeah, so Advanced One is just not a canon game. Interesting. I'm not mad at it, nor do I care. But yeah, you have Sonic 3D, Sonic Adventure games, Sonic R. Oh, Sonic R isn't canon either. Not that, again, there's much of a story there. But Sonic the Fighters, you have Tails Sky Patrol. I guess Tails Sky Patrol never happened either. Knuckles Chaotix, I guess, doesn't technically count as canon either. And then, yeah, you have things all the way from the 90s over here to Sonic 1. Damn, I did see a Twitter post. Hold on. Yeah, so somebody on Twitter, Audrey, basically made a visual of the Sonic timeline revamp. So thank you for this image. And yeah, damn, this is sort of how it is, right? So dark like Gaia events. Tens of thousands of years ago, you had the Dark Gaia Cataclysm, right? Ancient Babylonians land on Earth. Echidna tribe destroyed by chaos, right? I guess I should probably move this back here. Then you have, you know, the Gizoid stuff, the events of Emerald, Sonic and Elise go back and extinguish Solaris. You have, you know, Sonic 1, CD 2, Knuckles, Mania, Forces, Classic, POV, Encore mode, and Superstars. And then you have 4, Adventure, Shuffle, Adventure 2, Sonic Advance 2, Heroes, Shadow, Sonic Battle, Sonic Advance 3, Sonic Rush, and then you have 06, Riders, Rush Adventure, Zero Gravity, Sonic Unleash, Colors, Sonic Shadow Gens, Free Riders, Lost World, Team Sonic Racing, Forces, and Frontiers. And then you have the Future Era where Silver's future ruined by Iblis. However, the events are replaced by a peaceful future 200 years in the future. So, damn, a lot to unpack, but yeah, that's cool. We have our first official modern Sonic timeline, which is really fucking cool, and I'm really happy about it. So guys, let me know, I guess, what you thought was the most fascinating thing. Thought it'd be at least a fun thing to discuss and go through. And of course, I love you. Thank you all for watching. Of course, I'll see you all next time. Peace out. Also, damn, I guess they just said fuck Mighty and Ray and B, and what did they do?